right, it's time to sign up. Don't wait till the last day, okay? Payment is not due until Tuesday, May 3rd. But there is a form for you to fill out, okay? And each day this week, I've been giving you the link to the form. And also, I've been giving you some testimonials of people who have who have purchased my share box in the past. And so they're sharing their thoughts about why they love it as well. Terry, I would love it if you would jump on a plane and come. That would be so fun. Hi, Chris. Welcome. So that's the In Color Share Box. It just has so much in it this year. It is full. It has 5 make and take cards. We're having a private class. I'm going to post weekly in our private Facebook group to give you all kinds of ideas to use with these in colors. So do take advantage of this. Don't miss out because May 4th is the last day to sign up, and then I'm closing up the registration and I'll be ordering product, okay? All right. So keep that in mind. Any questions, you can message me. And of course, it's right there on my Facebook page. It's over on my blog as well at www.becreativestamping.com. Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. Yeah, Terry has purchased my boxes in the past too. So, and you know, I always add something to it every single year. So I never take away. I'm just always adding. It's like, I really need to control myself. So anyway, I know, Carol, I wish you were closer, but you know, I'm going to have a retreat this fall. And after I get through open house and the share boxes, then I'm going to move into retreat mode and we're going to be talking about that. Okay. So that will be coming up and maybe you can do the retreat. All right. Okay. Without further ado, would you like to see tonight's hedgehog cards? I decided to use the new in colors. I've been working with them all week and I can't get away from them. I just love them. And so that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to use those new in colors and here they are. Thank you, Carol. All right, so here is their Parakeet Party. Okay, that's one of the new in colors. This is Orchid Oasis, and this is Sweet Sorbet. All right, so we're gonna make these cards this evening using our hedgehog. And let me see, here he is right here. He's the happy hedgehog. It has 2 really sweet sentiments in it. A darling butterfly, cutest mushroom you've ever seen. 2 hedgehogs, darling tree, and some grass, all right? So if you go to page 64 in your mini, you're going to see this page, okay, minus all my graphics, all right? So this is the Hedgehog Suite. It has a darling coordinating punch to go with it, and I'm gonna show you how to use it tonight. And if you do like the hedgehog, yesterday I gave you some tips during Tip Tuesday on different ways to use the hedgehog and different ways to use the punch, okay? So I'll give you a close-up and then we're gonna get started. Here it is in Parakeet Party. As you'll see, I just stamped the tree and the butterfly. You're gonna see some new product. You're going to see some new dies, and I'm gonna share those with you. So grab your note paper because you may wanna write down some of these new items. And yes, it is okay to case these, Tina, please do. That is the highest compliment that you could ever give me, Tina, so thank you so much. Our next one, this is Orchid Oasis. I put a verse here. And then here I've added the mushroom. Of course, all 3 cards have our Wink of Stella shimmer. All right, so there's our cute little hedgehog. And as you can see, I even popped up the top part of him. All right. And then our Sweet Sorbet. This is going to be the last card that we create tonight. You're going to see all the pieces from the stamp set in this card. All right. And so, hang on a second, that little embellishment wanted to pop up. So these embellishments, they are the new in color embellishments. You get a full package in your share box, by the way. All right. So yeah, so hopefully Gail and Margaret, I know Margaret has this bundle already. Hopefully this will inspire you to get your bundle out and to get started, okay? I'll have pictures on my Facebook page tomorrow once I edit the video and all that good stuff. And what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to use a different end color, all right? Because as I told you, I'm working on my displays for my open house. And this is one of the display cards. And so we're actually going to create it in Tempting Turquoise tonight, all right? So we'll just push this one aside just a little bit. This is Tempting Turquoise. I've packaged everything in a bag here. See if we can get that out. I put it all, I use these clear envelopes to store everything so I don't lose anything and so that ink doesn't get all over it. All right. Okay, so this is our Tahitian tied card base right here. And then you're going to see 2 pieces of the designer paper in Tahitian tied. And if I flip them over, these are the other 2 designs. Okay, so you get 4 designs. In the share box, you get a half package of 6x6 designer paper. All right, so that's what that is. And then this frame right here, I want to show you where you can find it, okay? Now, it's going to be in our new annual catalog, and it is called Fabulous Frames, all right? And I don't know the page number in the new catalog, but just go ahead and jot down the words Fabulous Frames, all right? Because you'll be able to find that in the index, okay? So I want to show you these pieces. This is one of the frames. And when you cut it out, it cuts out like this, and then it separates. And so this right here is the negative piece. It's a rectangle. And so you can actually use this with it, or you can change your paper color if you want. There is a bit of a design in that frame, just a tiny bit of stitching, all right? And what I've seen some people do is I've seen them tape this to the card base and then pop this piece up, and it looks really, really good, okay? So that's an option. You can also cut a larger piece, a larger rectangle, and put behind the frame. All right, so that's that frame. Now the next one is the one that we're gonna use this evening. And by the way, this is Orchid Opulence. No, excuse me, Starry Sky. I keep mixing those 2 up. This is Starry Sky, okay? This is the color. So here again, you cut it out. You cut it out with this die. You're going to get 2 pieces. So you get your main piece and you get the negative piece. Now you're going to notice tonight that I have cut a larger piece of basic white paper and I have put it behind the frame, all right? And then another frame in here is this one right here. And again, you can see there's a little bit of stitching in that. And this is what it looks like when it's cut out. All right, it separates again, and you get this negative piece that you can use, or you can put it under it or put a different color under it. All right. Now, of course, this is pretty easy. We know what this is going to do. It's going to make a cute little banner. And then these are photo corners. And so they're 4 on 1 die. So when you go to cut this out, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 photo corners. All right, so you get a plain one, and then you get one that's very decorative. All right, so that's called Fabulous Frames, and there are 6 of these. and I highly recommend it. All right. So that is definitely, that'll become a staple in your collection for sure. All right, well, we're ready to get started. And let's see, let's start with our stamping. And I have cut a piece of basic white cardstock for you tonight. And let's measure it because it's going to be a little bit bigger so that it will fit under the frame. Hi, Joanne. Welcome. I love the photo corners too, Carol. All right, so you're going to want to cut your basic white cardstock at 2.5 inches. And then at 3 1/8 of an inch. All right, and so this piece is actually going to go right behind this frame. So I'll go ahead and I'll zoom in a little bit, and we're going to stamp the tree. And let's see, I need ink. Ink would be helpful, right? All right, so here is the black memento ink that I'm going to use. I'm using the black memento because I am coloring. We're going to use those brand new Stampin' blends, the new end colors, all right? All right, so one way to ink this up is the way that I just did it, but since the stamp is bigger than the pad, I like to ink it upside down too. Hey, Billy, welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp this tree. And it's going to be stamped in the middle. All right, isn't that a beautiful tree? I love it. All right, and let's see. Then we're going to get out some dimensionals. I know that y'all are shocked that I'm going to use dimensionals. And believe it or not, we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach this to the back. And I still have grass to stamp, but I'm going to attach it to the back and I'll show you how to stamp the grass, okay? All right, so I'm just going to center this here and then I'm going to add the dimensional. And yes, I still need to color. So I could have colored before doing this step, but I'm not. I forgot, and so I'll color afterwards. All right, and I probably should have stamped the grass before, so I'm doing everything all wrong here. All right, let's get the grass, and we're gonna use Parakeet Party, all right? I know, I love the new end colors and the frames, and I do need a Post-it note. Sorry, I thought I had Post-its over here and I did not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to take a Post-it and I am going to cover that up just like that, okay? All right, and yes, I would recommend you stamping the grass before putting your dimensionals on, but since it's done, we're going to go ahead and do it like this, and if it doesn't turn out, then we'll just redo it. All right. So I'm just going across the bottom here, adding the grass. And it's turning out fairly well, even with the dimensionals on the back. So we will go with that for sure, right? Okay. And then I just peel that off. And I want to go ahead and we're going to stamp the butterfly. Now this is another new die set, okay? See the stitching on that little circle? So let me show you where this comes from. And I haven't made the label yet for this magnet card, but these are brand new. They'll be in the annual catalog, and if one of my demonstrator friends wants to look it up in the catalog for me, that would be great. I just can't remember what they're called. Something shapes or stitch. It's not stitched shapes, but it's something similar to that. Okay, so you're gonna notice that we have circles and squares, and then 4 banners. All right, and so that's where this tiny little basic white circle came from. I just cut it out from there, and you're gonna notice that I'll probably use this again tonight on another card. I believe I do, okay? All right, so we're going to find our little butterfly here. Where is he? And we're gonna stamp this right on the circle. And these dies are just so easy to cut. And I'm gonna squeeze that butterfly right in there. All right, and put it right on that circle. Now, if you prefer, you can certainly stamp your butterfly first, then cut it out, and then color. Or you could stamp the butterfly, color it, and then cut it out. It's your preference. It's really whatever you would like to do. All right, so we're gonna get out some beautiful new markers. And I'm going to be using the dark Parakeet Party, all right? And I'm gonna use the fine point, and I'm going to be coloring the leaves, all right? And I'll zoom in for this. All right. Oh, thank you so much, Carol. So the dies that I just showed you, they are called Stylish Shapes, all right? And these are the brand new blends. You get a light and a dark in a package. And I believe they're $9. I'm not sure if the blends went up or not. Now that I say that, I am not sure. So, all right. And right along here, I'm going to put, and it's really hard for you to see, I know, but right along here, I'm going to assume that's the leaf, and then that's the bloom in there. All right. All right, so how many of you have the Happy Hedgehogs? I'm not sure what I like most about it. I don't know if it's the tree, love this tree, or if it's the hedgehogs, but they're super cute, and I'm going to show you how to stamp and punch him out. Let's see, more leaves. I'm going kind of fast here because we have 2 other cards that we're going to do tonight. All right, now I am going to bring in the, no, I don't want Poppy Parade, I want Sweet Sorbet. So I'm gonna bring in the light Sweet Sorbet. Oh, and you know what else we want? We want the dark Daffodil Delight, and that's gonna be for the centers. Okay, so if you're taking notes, the center of the flowers is dark daffodil. You could also use light daffodil. You could use Mango Melody. So, all right, Connie. So Connie's got the hedgehogs, but not the end colors yet. I am so glad that Stampin' Up! Does end colors because it's a color refresh, right, for the color palette. And, you know, it's exciting to add new color to what we already have in our line. All right, and there's another little bloom there. We will use some Wink of Stella on here. I'm using the fine point. Almost there. Now for the tree, we are going to use crumb cake, okay? But if you don't have crumb cake, you could certainly use soft suede. You could do early espresso. You could do cinnamon cider, okay? So I'm going to take that dark crumb cake and I am going to run it up this tree here, just like this. Again, you could certainly stamp this tree and color it before mounting it on the frame. That's probably what I should have done, but I got ahead of myself, so I just have to do it this way. Now I'm going to take light crumb cake, and I'm actually just going to run a line right next to the trunk of the tree and the arms of the tree. It gives it a shadow. All right, I think it's kind of cool looking, so. All right. So here we are right here with their tree, and I might have too much shadow there, so guess what? I'm going to be using my color lifter, and that'll get rid of that a little bit. All right, so let's put our card together. I forgot to color the butterfly. Let's do that first. How about that? I like to use the, for coloring the butterfly, I've got him in the dark parakeet, and I'm going to do the outline of his wings, okay? Just like that. And then he's got some little pieces there that I'm going to do in Parakeet Party. I'll zoom in closer for you. I know it's hard to see, and he's tiny. And then I'm going to take the light sweet sorbet, and I'm going to color every other one with that. And let's see here. Then I'll take the Orchid Oasis and add that in. And then that's our sweet little butterfly, okay? You can tell that I've colored a few of those in the last couple of days. All right. So now it's going to be time for our Stampin' Seal. And then we're going to add this to the very top of the card, and we want about 1/4 of an inch. And you know what? I didn't measure that for you, so I know it's 4 inches across. So let's see how long it is, all right? You'll want to cut your paper at 4 inches, all right? So it's 4 by 4, so it's a square. And then we'll take this piece, again, this is 4 inches by 1 1/4 inches, all right? Hi, Lori. Hello, hello. All right, so we'll use that plaid. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, whoops, too soon. I want this right up against that designer paper. There we go. All right. All right, and so that's what we have so far. Now we're ready to pop this up. And then I like to line it up. You see that break right there, that line going across? That's about where I like to put this. And then I'm going to center that. So it ends up being right there. I'm going to pop that butterfly up with a dimensional. There we go. Now you're going to notice that we need words, don't we? So that's going to be the next thing that we do, and I'm going to show you where the words can be found, all right? Connie, I am so happy that you're excited about the new In Color box. I am too. Now, our words and this die comes from Sending Smiles, all right? Now, the word sending is the largest word in here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different words we can put with this. Do you know there are about 18 ways to do this? How cool is that? And so what we're going to do is we are going to use one of these words. And I was thinking, I didn't know if I already had the words out or not. I actually want something different. So hang tight. Let's do Let's do a card to say hello. How about that? All right, so a card to say hello, and I need to grab a block. Okay, and I grabbed some scrap paper as well, all right? Okay, and let's see here. All right, so I'm looking for, where are you? I'm looking for my Tahitian Tide ink, which I don't see. Okay, I found it. Thank you for being patient. I am so sorry. I have stuff everywhere tonight, and I thought I was all organized and ready. All right, so a card to say hello is what we're going to use. We're going to be adding it right here at the bottom, just like this one. And then we're going to add some embellishments and some Wink of Stella. And I do need to get the die out. Now I love the dies because we get two of these dies right here, a long one and a short one. So I really like that a lot. I've been using that to make samples. And now I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to zoom out because we're going to bring in our Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. Hello, Brenda. Welcome. All right. Oh, and I do have some good news for all of you ladies. The new magnetic platform for our new machine is going to be available with the new catalog launch. All right. So in case you haven't heard the news, that's what's going on with that. And there is going to be a magnetic platform for the mini, but it will not be available at launch. It will come a little bit later, okay? So I just want you to know that. All right. And I've got this tape that I'm gonna use here. Do I have that straight? I got it straight. All right. And we'll just roll that through. Super easy cut. All right. All right, y'all still with me? All right, I'm gonna put this die away and we're gonna finish up this card, okay? And then I have some more in color samples to show you with this set. We're gonna use the minis and we're gonna add that to the back of the die that we die cut that we just cut out, okay? All right. And then I'm gonna add that right here. And look at our embellishments. Aren't they awesome? So let's see. I'm going to want Tahitian Tide. I'm going to use the littlest one. And put right there. I'll zoom in a little bit. And then I'll take this one. And I lost it. It just slid right off. Put that there. Then I'm going to go for a big one. Come on. Put that one right there. And just trying to pick up these little guys. Okay, there we go. All right, now we'll do a little Wink of Stella on this. We'll start with the butterfly. And I can even zoom in a little bit closer on this. So how many of you are ready to make cards with the hedgehog? You haven't even seen the hedgehog yet. He's coming up next. He is in the next card, but I just love the little tree, and that may be why I'm drawn to this set. But I also love punches, so. All right. So I'm getting all the flowers here. And now I'm going to do the leaves. Okay. And I'm going kind of fast here again because we've got several cards we're going to be working on. But I think I got everything done there. All right. Yes, a little Winka Stella. So this is our Tahitian tide. All right. All right, let me zoom out a little bit. This is the one we just created. Here is one of the samples. It's Parakeet Party. Here is Starry Sky. Sweet Sorbet. Aren't they pretty? And Orchid Oasis. So that's all 5 new in colors, ladies. So let me spread them out again so you can see them. I will not be giving away this card tonight because I need my samples for open house, all right? So I'm going to be using my samples then. So if you want to get a quick screenshot, go right ahead. And that is our first card this evening. Okay. Thank you. Aren't they fun? I just love the colors together. It's awesome. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get these picked up. And then we're going to start on our next card. Now this card is using the Orchid Oasis card base, okay? I know, isn't it a beautiful rainbow, Melissa? It's so pretty. Arlene says her favorite is Parakeet Party. I'm not sure which one's my favorite. I love them all, honestly. So here is our second card that we're going to create together. Now, of course, you know where this die is from. I do have it here, so... This die cut is from Scalloped Contours, and it was new last year in the annual catalog. So it is carrying over, and I'm so glad because I use it a ton. And as you can see, we're about to use it again. All right, so let's get our stamping done. We're gonna start with the tree. Gotta have that tree in there. Thank you so much. So glad you like it. This set is so fun to create with. All right. So when I go to stamp my tree, I need to get over here to the right a little bit. All right. So I'm going to put it about right there because I've got to make room for the hedgehog. All right. So there we are. I could have pressed a little bit harder there, so I probably should be using my pad that I'm not using. You know how that is. All right, now we're going to stamp a mushroom, and we're going to do that with black memento ink as well because we're going to color, okay? So, one mushroom, and we will have to cut this out. We're going to have to fussy cut, okay? So we will fussy cut that out. And now I am going to take crumb cake, early espresso ink, and we are going to take this cute little hedgehog, ink this up, and I'm going to ink from here because I know where the punch is. I know the position for the punch. So I'll show you what I mean by that. All right, so this is the hedgehog punch right here. And you're going to notice the entire hedgehog, and then you have a piece that's just for the top of the body if you want to use that, all right? Oh, and also these two dots, and they can be hard to see, they're for the eye and the nose if you want to use those, okay? So when you go to flip it over, I already knew that the hedgehog was here at the bottom, so that's why I stamped the hedgehog on the right side of the cardstock, okay? So that it's easy for me to insert. And you're right, Margaret, that mushroom is the cutest darn thing ever, isn't it? I know we really are spoiled by all these dies that we have, absolutely. All right, so that's our hedgehog there. And I actually think we're going to be ready for a little coloring. Now, for the hedgehog, I'm just going to put some Wink of Stella on the top part of his body, okay? So, crumb cake cardstock with early espresso ink, okay? And then as I use this Wink of Stella, it just moves the ink and it makes it darker on top. So that's how he got his darkness. Now, if you missed yesterday's video, which was my Tip Tuesday at 2 o'clock, if you missed that, take a few minutes and go back and watch that because there were some great tips using the punch, all right? And we'll do some of those tonight as well, okay? So there he is. And now we're going to color the mushroom. And I'm going to be using crumb cake on the bottom. So dark crumb cake right here, all right, for the lines. Okay. And then I'm gonna fill in with light crumb cake. Lots of coloring tonight. Again, if you don't have crumb cake, go with soft suede. Try cinnamon cider as well, if you have that. Okay, so it doesn't have to be crumb cake. There are other colors. Okay, and I'm going to go on and I'm going to color these spots. I'm still trying to decide what kind of mushroom I really like. I haven't decided yet. All right, I'm going to try something new with y'all, okay? I'm going to try Light Poppy Parade for my mushroom, all right? Because I've seen this in pictures and I've seen it in the catalog, so I'm going to give it a try, and I don't know if I'm going to like it. All right, so bear with me. And what I might do is just go back and make the spots a little darker. We'll see. I'm really playing this as we go. All right. All right. And we're almost there. Okay, ooh, so not too bad. All right, I'm gonna go back and do one other thing. I'm gonna do the dark Daffodil Delight. And I'm gonna fill those spots with that and see how I like it. I think I'm gonna like it. Okay, so that's not too bad. I'm pretty happy about that. Arlene, you are referring to the idea of using the embossing folder for his back, which I did yesterday. And you know what, Arlene? I've got some more of this paper left, so I do want to show everybody this tip. I took the embossing folder, okay, and I took the punch. So this is soft suede cardstock. I embossed it, and then I actually... Let's see, I'm gonna trim this a little bit better. I know, that is a cute mushroom color. I like the poppy with that, and I didn't think I would. I didn't think I was gonna like it. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to punch, all right? And then my option is to put that on his body. All right, so that is another option for you with your hedgehog. All right. Okay, we're gonna color the tree, and we're gonna be using the Parakeet Party tonight for the card base. So again, I'm gonna use Parakeet Party to color the tree, but we'll change the flower to a different color, okay? All right. So again, you get to see me color this. You could use light Parakeet Party if you want. I'm using the dark, trying to stay within the lines there. All right. And I think I've got all of that done. Thank you all for being patient as I color away tonight. This is dark daffodil for the centers of the flowers. And then I'm going to use, let's see, I think I'm going to go with light sweet sorbet. Okay, that's going to be my flower color. Okay, so now you get to see what this looks like. I probably could have used this sweet sorbet for the mushroom. I used light poppy parade for the mushroom. All right, and again, the trunk, you know, the tree is going to be in dark crumb cake. I'm trying to go slow here. Woo. All right. And I'm going to add some grass along the bottom here. Okay, to go with that tree. I love the grass. It's so easy to use and it's so cute. And I'm just going right across the line there. And I will, oh, you know what? We want to color the grass to our mushroom. And this is dark parakeet again. Okay, we'll be cutting that out in just a second. And I'm just going over these lines like this. Y'all are being so patient tonight while I do the coloring. All right, that is done. We need words. Let's do those in Poppy. Actually, we're going to do those in Parakeet Party. And the words are from the Hedgehog stamp set. And it says, finding a friend to the best is the best discovery of all. And actually, I don't want to use that one. Hang on. I want to use a different one, or do I? Do I want to use this? Yeah, we can use this one. All right. I'm going to put it about right there. All right. So we got our words. And now we're going to cut out the mushroom. All right, yes, it is time for the fussy cutting, but the mushroom is fairly easy to do. All right. I usually don't mind cutting out. I'll usually sit and do it like in front of the TV. So I really don't mind cutting at all. All right. Did I miss a flower? I did miss a flower. Thank you, Aunt Ethel. You're not teasing me. You're letting me know. I will tell you, every time I've colored this tree, I have missed one flower, and I've had to go back. All right, so that's what I have so far. Don't let me forget about that. All right. All right, and now we got to do this side. So how many of y'all like fussy cutting? All right. Almost there. All right, and then we'll get rid of that. All right, I got one more piece to do. It's hard to get in there. Oh, I'm so sorry. You can't even see what I'm doing. It's hard to get in there and get that little piece out. There we go, but I got it. All right. Okay, we can go ahead and we can add the mushroom. And I do need to I'm gonna do a half a dimensional right there. I need to go back with my sweet sorbet and color that one flower. All right, let's see here. We're gonna let the mushroom hang off there. So isn't he turning out cute? I love that mushroom. Wait till you see the bird. You're gonna love the bird in the next one. All right, so since I've used, this is just an idea for you, okay, is to emboss your paper and to put that on top. But for this one, I'm just going to pop up. Yep, popping up that hedgehog because he's so cute. All right, and then we're gonna pop this up as well. All right, so let's do some measurements here. We have a standard card base. It is in Parakeet Party, all right? Tina, I'm the same way. Tina says, I love to fussy cut. It is relaxing, and I feel the same way. I like to do it too. Okay, this is our designer paper that we're gonna use. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. See if I can, if you could see my table right now, it is the biggest mess. All right. And we're gonna center this right along here. All right. And then we can add this. And we're just going to center this right on the card base. Okay. And here's my hedgehog. He's just going to get popped up. And he's going to be right there. Now, it does need some Wink of Stella. Haven't done that, but wanted to give you an idea of what this one looks like. All right, if you want to get a screenshot, you can. Feel free to copy it, to case it. I'm just going to go ahead and add my shimmer to my mushroom. Love the mushroom. So that's the Poppy Parade, the light poppy that is on the mushroom. And I think I like that best. All right, and I'll do my tree later so you don't have to sit there and watch me color. All right, isn't that cute? He's a cutie. Okay, we're going to get ready for our last card. As you can see here, I used 2 different verses. It's so nice of you to be so nice. Finding a friend is the best discovery of all. Okay, so those are the 2 verses that are in this set. Okay. All right, I know they're super sweet. This mushroom here is colored, this is petal pink on the top of this mushroom, in case you're wondering, all right? Everything else is crumb cake, okay? But super fun to make. All righty, so our next one is right here, and this is our last one, and I know I'm being very ambitious, but I think we can make it, and I'm going to show you how fun and easy it is. If you want to get a picture of that one, I'm going to move some things out of my way. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use this die set, and this is where I need, those of you who are customers and demonstrators of mine, this is where I need your help. What's the name of this one? It's not on my magnet card. You get these 2 pieces. This one we're going to use tonight to cut out the pieces in this card. And then, of course, there is a circle one. So it's in the annual book right now. And it is going to carry over to the new annual catalog. Okay? So let me know what the name of that one is, because I am not sure. All right. Okay, and before we cut it out, we've got a couple of things that we're going to do, all right? We're going to start with some basic white cardstock, and it measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, okay? We're going to be using a blending brush and Pool Party ink. I'm so glad y'all like the hedgehogs. Thank you, thank you. All right, had to roll up my sleeves for this one. All right, so with the blending brushes, you want to use a circular motion on your ink pad, okay? And then when you go to blend this onto your cardstock, you want to start on the grid paper. So start out here and then move in to your basic white cardstock, all right? And so what I'm doing right now is I'm just creating a background, all right? And again, you want to keep a circular motion. I'm going to flip this around this way, put a little more ink, and then bring it back in. All right, and I think I've got plenty right there. Okay, so that's Pool Party. Thank you, Sharon. It's called Picture This. All right, the name of the die set. Thank you so much. All right. Now, this card we're going to create using Starry Sky. All right, so this is the Starry Sky designer paper. And what I'm going to do is, let's see. I am going to add some adhesive along the sides here, okay, of the designer paper. Oh, and by the way, this designer paper is 4 by 5 1/4 as well, okay? All right. And then I'm actually going to cover this up, right? I think so. I think I'm doing this right. Okay. All right, and then what's going to happen is we're actually going to use this die right here, okay, and we're going to cut that out. So I'm going to bring in our machine and I'll zoom out. I'm just going to center this, okay? About right there. All right. And then we're going to add that cutting pad and we're going to roll on across. All right. And sorry for shaking the camera. Okay. I don't think this is not going to work. I don't think. I think I have to do it the other way. Hang on, hang on. I think I do. I did it a different way this afternoon, but hang tight. Haha. We will do it this way. And I'll show you why I did it this way in just a second. Let me move the machine. Okay, so in hindsight, earlier today when I created this card, I taped the designer paper to the card base and then cut it out. And then I had to take the basic white cardstock and put on the back of the inside of the card, okay? So now I'm using Starry Night, and what I should have done was sponge the pool party, the basic white with pool party, put it here, and then just cut out the top. But it will still work, okay? So there's always more than one way to do something. All right. So now that I have, learned like 3 ways to do this. All right. So we're going to put this here and we're going to center it. And I'm going to show you how we're going to work around it, okay? All right. So that's there. And then I'm just going to take our little pool party rectangles, okay? And they're going to fit right back in here, okay? So it'll still work. It's just not what I had planned. All right. And then there's one more. This one right here. All right, so I'll try and explain that again. So you definitely need your basic white piece, and you need to use your pool party ink, and you need to sponge that, okay, on your basic white cardstock. Then take your designer paper piece and only cut the designer paper piece, okay? And then the designer paper piece can lay on top of the basic white with pool party. Now that's a mouthful, but I hope that gives you clarification. The way I just did it, it can be done this way, but there's still an easier way, okay? So hopefully that is helpful to you. We're gonna add some grass, and I'm going to use the Post-it notes again in order to do that, okay? And I'm gonna lay that Post-it note right across the bottom edge. And we're going to use, oh no, we're not going to use basic black. We're going to use Old Olive. Sorry about that. Old Olive. You could also use the Parakeet Party if you want, okay? Now I'm going to just stamp my grass going all the way across. All right. And then we're going to peel that up, and then we're going to do it again. I just love using the grass. It is so fun and it is so adorable. I'm going to get one more in there. All right, I'll zoom in a little bit more for you. So how many of y'all have pictured this, or have you used it a lot? If you do have it, The die is called Picture This. And I'm going to put one more right there. All right. And then at this point, I am going to throw away the Post-it because it's going to have that old olive ink along the edge, and I don't want it to get on anything else. Okay. All right. Well, the next part, we can go ahead and you've added the card base, so we don't have to worry about that. And again, here's one of those new stitched circles, okay? Just in a bigger size. All right, and we're gonna stamp this in Starry Sky. So we'll get our words done. And we'll stamp that right in the center. And we'll put some dimensionals here. And we're going to position it about right here. Okay, so it'll go about right there. All right, now we're going to stamp our cute little, actually I've already stamped them and I've already cut them out because I knew this would take a lot of time. So let me show you what I have. We are going to stamp the butterfly. All right, we are going to do the coloring too. This is the bird. Now I stamped the bird and I cut it out, okay? So this one is probably the most difficult to cut out. And I'm going to try and cut a little bit more. See if I can get that paper out from under his beak. I don't know if I can or not. Again, he's very tricky to do. All right. So that's the bird that I've already taken the time to cut out. You've seen the butterfly. You've seen the mushroom. And you've seen the little hedgehog here, okay? Now we do need a big hedgehog, but we can stamp that in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and let's do some coloring. And I'm going to use dark crumb cake. And here I am just doing the dark around the edges, and then I'm going to blend with the light crumb cake, okay? All right. And then I'll take the light crumb cake. Let's see if I can't pull some of that out. I'm going to try my brush tip. There we go. All right, and one tip I will give you when you are coloring, go ahead and color the parts like around the edge right where you used your paper snips. All right. So I'm just coloring all the way around the body, all right? And that kind of smooths out my cutting, all right? So there he is, and I am going to pop him up. it's really fun to build this little card. So we're going to stick him about right. I'll put him about right there. And then we'll take the butterfly. And I like the parakeet party on the outside of the butterfly. I think that's what I've done all night. And then we'll take the dark orchard, the Orchid Oasis, excuse me. And I like the sweet sorbet. Jennifer says, I love the precious hedgehog. The artwork is so adorable on this set. It is super cute, isn't it? He just, you know what? He just kind of makes you happy, doesn't he? Thank you for saying so. All right. And I'm going to put that butterfly in the corner. And we're going to go back to coloring our mushroom, dark crumb cake here. Light crumb cake. All right. I'm going to use, oh gosh, wouldn't a badger card be cute? It would. Oh my gosh. I'm using dark daffodil here for these spots on the mushroom, okay, which I think is what we did previously. And we're going to put a little parakeet party here. I could have done old olive there, probably should have. And now I'm going to color in. And again, I'm going to color around those edges where I cut. Kind of smooth things out. All right. Sorry there's so much coloring tonight. I didn't even realize it when I created the cards. You know, when you're creating one card at a time. This is Sweet Sorbet. I think I used Poppy Parade on the first mushroom, okay? All right, and then we'll pop this one up. You could definitely color all your pieces before adding them to the card, but I don't want to lose all these little pieces, so I'll put that mushroom there. Now we'll do the bird next. And the bird, let's see here. I'm going to use, I need dark daffodil for the center of that flower. And then his belly, all right? All right. And then I use Balmy Blue. This is dark Balmy Blue. So I'm just doing some of the outline with that. I know that's probably hard for y'all to see. And let's use some light Balmy Blue. All right. And then I'm going to take the light Orchid Oasis, only because I don't have Starry Night over here. Okay, this flower's going to match the card. And we're going to put a little dimensional on that tiny flower. Y'all are being so patient. Thank you. Thank you as I finish up this card. All right, and then we just need to stamp one more little cutie here I think I'm going to use basic white paper though. Okay, so let's use that early espresso. We're going to finish up our hedgehog now. It does look like a bluebird. I love bluebirds too. They're beautiful. They are just so beautiful. Absolutely. All right, and our punch. And I think I'm going to need a Post-it. And let's see. Trim a little bit off there. All right. Okay, and I'm going to use crumb cake for this as well. That's the light crumb cake. Let me do dark real quick. All right. And then we will finish this up. Now, I did use Wink of Stella on all of these, on everything, on the mushroom and the bluebird and the butterfly, okay, and the hedgehog. All right. Scoot in a little bit here so you can see a little bit better. And then we're just going to color. And I could have left this. I didn't need to color this, by the way, okay? I think my crumb cake is just about out, which is fine because I've got one waiting in the wings for me, so. All right. And then we'll pop him up as well. And we will finish up here. And then you can get a nice look at this card. And let's put some embellishments on it. We'll put a big one down here. And we'll put one here and one here. By the way, don't forget about free shipping tomorrow, okay? All right, I'm gonna zoom out and just keep in mind that I do need to finish it off with a little Wink of Stella. I haven't done that, but you all know how that works. And this is the original. So this is Sweet Sorbet, one of the new in colors, and this is Starry Sky, the other in color. All right.